A very good morning to one and all. This is Kailas K. Sharwani, PGT English, Kendriya Vidyalaya Panna. Today I am present here with the online video lesson for the topic Silk Road by Nick Middleton for class 11th English core. So far as the chapter is concerned, we can see a beautiful picture over here about the author Nick Middleton. He was born in the year 1960, London, United Kingdom. Some of the world famous books he has written: Going to Extremes, Global Casino Reverse, A Very Short Introduction. So far as awards are concerned, he has been given the Royal Geographical Society (NAS). Nick Middleton is an award-winning geographer, writer, TV presenter, environmental and university lecturer. He was born in 1959 in London, England. His curiosity about the earth works, how people interact with it, fueled from an early age. He works and communicates on the wide variety of environmental issues and travel topics for a broad range of audiences, from government policy makers to school primary children. He also teaches at the University of Oxford, where he is the fellow of St. Anne's College. He is the author of several travel books. Among the bestsellers is Going to Extreme. So far as the chapter is concerned, as it is named as the Silk Road. So first of all, we can go with some information about silk. So far as silk is concerned, it is one of the softest fabrics in the world, and it has become a symbol of wealth in the present scenario. Silk is made by the worm. Its name has been given as cocoon. You can see the picture of cocoon over here. The physical structure is showing us that he is having 4 pair of prolapse and some of the legs there at the tail. Now the next stage is there, that is the pupa stage of metamorphosis. Silk thread comes out of a tube under its lip called spinneret. The silkworm moves its head in a figure 8 pattern and spins a cocoon around itself. You can see the picture. The silk is there around the cocoon. The cocoon is made of a single unbroken thread that is more than a mile long. Inside the body, silk can produce liquid silk that becomes hard when it contact with the air. And we are getting this form of silk with the help of that warm cocoon. So far as Silk Road is concerned, 2 arrows are indicated here. The silk, spices and metal gems. This is what the export which is going from China to India. You can see the picture here. We are just getting the silk species and we are sending them. Now the question arises, was it safe or dangerous? So obviously when these kind of ways are there, they are full of risk, and that has been covered by Nick Middleton there in this chapter. So far as theme is concerned, this chapter is a part of travelogue about the author's travel along the ancient trade route called Silk Road regions as they are now. This description of Silk Road having some contrast and exotic details, it describes the challenges and the hardships what the writer is facing during the journey to Mount Kailas on pilgrimage. Pilgrimage means holy or religious journey. So far as this chapter is concerned, it is given in the form of travelogue, but still we have a lot of characters with whom we are meeting in between the text. The very first is the author. He is the professor of geography at Oxford University and an environmental consultant who has been presented as narrator. Second is Satan. He is the author of the car hired by the author for the journey as well as being a tourist guide. Daniel, he is an interpreter of Lhasa who traveled from time to time with the author. Next character with whom we are meeting in the text. That is Norbu. He is a Tibetan working at an academy in Beijing who wants to carry out the pilgrimage to Mount Kailas. So these are some of the characters. Apart from that, some more characters are there like mastiff dogs. They are also playing a very important role. So far as the highlights of the chapter is concerned, we can get a short outline about it. The author left Ravu with a gifted long-sleeved sealskin coat accompanied by Sutton. Sutton said that the journey would be smooth if there is no snow on the way. As they passed by the hills, they could see lonely Drogwas looking after their herds, group of animals. As they passed the Drogba tents, their guard dogs, which were Tibetan mastiffs, chased their car for some distance. Soon the turns became sharper and bumpier as they climbed. The sudden and unexpected fall of snow blocked their way a lot of times, as it has been earlier asked in the chapter. Was it difficult or easy? So obviously it was a very difficult task. After passing through the tip of pass, they went down to reach the small town of Hor on the shore of Lake Mansarovar by late afternoon. It was a grim, miserable place without any vegetation. It had a lot of accumulated rubbish, dust and rocks. This is what we are talking about, that because of that tourist destinations, the environment is getting very much degraded, especially in the precincts of Himalayas. Daniel went back to Lhasa. From there, they repaired the punctured stairs and carried on. And another city they have reached, that is Darjan, at 10:30, and found a guest house to stay in. So far as the author is concerned, he was having very troubled night over there. The doctor has given him medicine. Sutton left the author in Darjan and went back with car to Lhasa. As the pilgrim season has not been started, the author was lonely and he was looking for someone who could speak or understand English very well in that region. And luckily, he has found Norbu over there, who was a Tibetan and who knows English. So both of them decided to go together. This is what the outline of the chapter which has been given to us, and with the passage of time we shall get the text. So far as the first page is concerned, that is page number 74. A flawless half moonlight flowed, perfect blue sky as we said our goodbyes. Extended bank of clouds looked like low glow pinks as the sun emerged to split the mountain tops with a rose tinted blush. Now we are Ravu, Lamu. She wanted to give a farewell present. One evening I told her through Daniel that I was heading towards Mount Kailas to complete the Kora, that is pilgrimage, and she said that I ought to get some warmer clothes because she was aware about the situations over there. She must carrying out a long sleeve sheepskin coats and all of them wore. Sutton sized me up with clambered into his car. Ah yes, he declared, Drogba, sir. We look at a shortcut to get off the Changtang. Sutton knew a route and they would take us southwest, almost directly towards Mount Kailas. It involved crossing several fairly high mountain passes, but no problem, sir, he assured us. If there is no snow, what was the likelihood of that? I asked, knowing until we get there. From the gently lowering hills of Ravu, in shortcut, took us across vast open plains and nothing in them except a few gazelles. So this is what the reading of the first chapter is there. So far as the new pattern of question answers are concerned, we have been given the extract based multiple choice questions in the exam, and some of the multiple choice questions are also there which are not the part of extract. From that point of view, we have prepared some questions here. The very first question, that is, who are Drogwas? Four options are: animals, rearing animal in Tibet region, long sleeved sheepskin coat, extended banks of cloud, and Mount Kailash. So these are the four options. The students have to opt one. The correct answer is animals rearing people in Tibet region. The second question is related to the figure of speech generally, which are very rare in text, but here we can discuss it. Extended banks of cloud like long French loaves. Four options are there: metaphor, simile, hyperbole, and personification. So far as the answer is concerned, we find that comparison has been made over here, and as the word like is there, so the answer will be simile. And the next question is, what did Lamu want to give the narrator as a farewell gift? In the beginning of the chapter, we came to know there are certain options here: French loaves, denier, long sleeve sheepskin coat, rose tinted blush. Now the correct answer is long sleeved sheepskin coats. The next question is dealing with the pictorial dictionary. Over here we can find a picture of the animal and you have to identify which animal is it. It's deer, zebra, gazelle or herd. So the last word of the text which we have go through, we have seen it was the word gazelle. So the next part has been given to us, that is on page number 75. The reading is there and after the reading we have been given certain question answers. So we can go with the reading. That would look up from nibbling and arid pastures thrown before bounding away into the white. Further on the way they become more stony than grassy. A great herd of wild less into view set and told us that we were approaching them to the appeared camp. He said, pointing towards a peal of dust. When we draw near, I could see the herd galloping massy, wheeling and turning in tight formation as they were practicing maneuvers on some predetermined course. Plumes of dust billowed into the crisp, clean air. So this is what the use of alliteration, crisp and clean, we can find over here. At the same time, we can find that some more text has been given to us which is completely devoted to one of the important dogs, that is Tibetan Mastiff. They are supposed to be a standing guard. They would cock their big heads when they become aware of their approach and fix us in their sights, and we continue to draw closer. They would explode it into action, speeding directly towards us like a bullet from a gun nearly as far. Like a bullet from a gun is also a figure of speech. We can say that is simile again. These saggy monsters, blacker than the darkest night, usually wore bright red colors and barked furiously with massive jaws. They were completely fearless of our vehicle, shooting straight into our path, causing Satan to broke and severe. So this is what the second part of page 75 has been given to us, and certain questions are also based upon it. Now here some grammatical aspects are discussed, special reference to this paragraph. The rat is destined to make its friends free, cutting, nibbling, biting, and massing. So these are the words has been used here. Now the correct option is nibbling. My next question is, in the given extract, maneuver refers to zigzag movement, coordinated movement, haphazard movement, professional movement. As the wildlife were coming, so the movement was coordinated as if they have been given a proper training. Another question which I have covered for you, that is tumbled up words in which you are supposed to form a meaningful sentences, and such kind of questions will be asked in your newly patterned exams. So would cock had his beast great. The cock would beast his great big head. The beast would cock his great big head. The big head beast would cock his big beast head would cock the beast. Now the correct option we can find, the beast would cock his great big head is the correct answer. Now another question is there which is related to our suitable form of the verb. This is another variety which will be the part of the exam. They were completely fearless for vehicle, shooting straight into our path, dash, Satan to break and severe. Serve. Cause, caused, causes, causing. Now the correct option is causing. Now apart from these multiple choice questions based on extract and non-extract questions, we have certain question answers for 30 to 40 words also. So based upon this page, especially the second one, another question is prepared. What was the herd of wild less doing? So the suggested answer has been given to us. The herd wild s was galloping in masse, wheeling and turning in right formation as they were practicing maneuver on some predetermined course. Drogba, the word has been given here. It refers to the people who wander as nomads in the region of Tibet, homeless people who are searching here and there in the search of food and water and shelter. So they are the people over here. So what were the Drogbas doing in the given passage? Solitary Drogbas were tending their flock, sheep. Sometimes women, these well-wrapped figures would pass and stare at the narrator's car. Occasionally, waving as he passed. When the track took him close to their animals, the sheep would take evasive action, veering away the speeding vehicle. So, short answer another is mention the qualities of Tibetan Mastiff. As I have already told, the second part of page number 75 is completely devoted to the questions related to Tibetan Mastiff. Generally in an exam, this question has been asked as well. Huge black dogs, Tibetan Mastiffs were standing guard. These beasts would cock their great big heads when they become aware of another approach. You have found that the question which we have set for jumbled words, it has been taken from this line. In place of they, I have used he over there and fixed them in their sight. As strangers continued to draw closer, they would explode into action, speeding directly towards them like a bullet from a gun and nearly as fast. These saggy monsters, blacker than the darkest night, usually wore bright red collars by which they are recognized. They have been cared by some human beings over there. They are walking furiously. So far as their jaws are concerned, they are large and massive. They were completely the fearless creatures. So apart from these two kind of questions, one more variety of question is left that has been for your exam purpose. That is the last two questions. 120 to 150 word is the limit. And we have set the question for that. Write a short note on the initial journey undertaken by the narrator in your own words. That has been the given over here. And second question is, we are supposed to get the meaning of these words and we have to use them in our own language. Rose tinted blast, ducking back, and pall of dust. These are the questions the students will do in their homework session. So this is what the first two page which we have taken for our text purpose and study. With the rest of the pages we shall meet in the next video.